Good evening, children. I hope everyone are doing fine. And I also hope that you have written your exam well, students. So today we shall learn a new chapter, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. Okay, that is lesson number 3. So main learning outcomes. So after you finish with this lesson, so you will be able to list out the characteristic properties and uses of various man-made fibers, and you will be able to explain the advantages of synthetic fibers over natural fibers, and you also able to answer the difference between different kinds of plastic, and you will list out general characteristics of plastic and also practice ways to manage plastics. So this is the learning outcome. So after learning this overall chapter, you will be able to answer all these type of questions. Okay, you will be thorough with all these concepts. So let us today start with the introductory part of this chapter, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. So children, in your 7th standard, you have already studied about fiber to fabric chapter, isn't it? And we also know that for thousands of years, people wore clothes which was man-made, which was made by not man-made, it is naturally obtained one. So which is made up of natural fibers like cotton, jute, wool, and also the silk. So clothes made of natural fibers are very comfortable to wear, isn't it? So the clothes which is made from natural fibers like cotton ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, jute ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, wool ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ಮಾಡಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರ ಕ್ಲೋತ್ಸು ನಮಗೆ ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, isn't it? It will be very comfortable to wear. It won't be any allergic to your skin. It is non-allergic to skin and it is biodegradable. If you throw it after usage, so once it doesn't fit you or if it get any damage, what you'll do, you'll just throw it out, right? So that means it will be degradable in the soil also. That means it is biodegradable because it is naturally obtained, isn't it, from plant. So however, they also have some drawbacks. So but still it has so much uses. Okay, so beside it has some disadvantages also. That is what we call it as drawbacks. So for instance, cotton clothes wrinkle easily, isn't it? So we should often iron it, right? So it gets wrinkle after one wash, isn't it? And silk is so expensive and requires delicate handling. So silk will be very delicate. Okay, it should be very often washed, that is we should give it for a dry wash, and also we should handle it very smoothly. And also wool, so wool is also natural fiber. It also shrinks and it will be eaten by it is eaten by moths also, right? And jute is very hard and it is not durable as other natural fibers. So these are few drawbacks. Okay, and these drawbacks in natural fibers led scientists to use their knowledge of chemistry and technology. So keeping all these drawbacks in the mind, what scientists did was they used their own knowledge and also knowledge of chemistry and technology to create fibers artificially. So by using their knowledge and knowledge of technology and chemistry, they thought of creating fibers artificially, that means man-made one. So these fibers are synthetic. We call such fibers which is artificially made, it is synthetic, or we call it as man-made fibers. So totally we find out that two types of fibers, one is natural fiber and another one is synthetic fiber, or we call it as man-made fibers. Next, coming to the synthetic fibers offer the following advantages. So what are the advantages of this synthetic fibers, children? That is, they are more affordable and durable than the natural fibers. The silk are very costly, isn't it? So common people cannot afford for silk saris or silk cloth. So in case of synthetic, it is not like that. So there will be more affordable, that means everyone can buy that, and it is durable than the natural fibers. Okay, so it will remain for a longer time, and they do not soak in much water and hence dry faster. They won't soak much in the water, so if you put for drying, it will dry very fast. And they do not get wrinkled easily and are therefore easy to maintain. If they don't wrinkle, so it can be maintained easily, isn't it? Yes, children, can you see this little box? Think about it. What did early humans wear? How are the clothes we wear today different from what early humans used to wear? So, in the period of evolution, we have seen the evolution of culture also, tradition also, and the clothes we wear, isn't it? So, just think of this, children. I want this answer in a live session. So coming to, two main categories of man-made fibers, that is cellulosic fiber and non-cellulosic, or we call it as synthetic fibers. So two categories in case of man-made fibers are cellulosic fibers. So what do you mean by cellulosic fibers? These fibers are made from cellulose. Okay, so what is cellulose, children? It is a substance obtained from plants. What do you mean by non-cellulosic, or it is also called as synthetic fibers? So these fibers are synthesized entirely from chemical compounds. Okay, synthetic fiber consists of repeating units of chemical substance. Okay, so it consists of many chemical substance. The repeating units are joined together and it forms a polymer. Polymer means it is like chain. Okay, so it has many chemical substance. So in Greek, we call poly as many. So polymer is a Greek word. Poly means many. You have heard about polynomials in your mathematics, right? Poly means many and mer means unit. So many units join together to form a polymer. So each repeating unit is called monomer. Monomer means only one unit. A single polymer may be made up of as many as 2 lakh monomers. Okay, so this is about the polymer, that is many chemical substance. Cellulose, we call cellulose is a polymer which is found naturally in the cell walls of the plant. The cell wall of a plant is made up of cellulose. Okay, the monomer in this case are molecules of glucose. So here cellulose is a polymer. And what about monomer? Monomer is nothing but it is a molecules of glucose. Next, coming to synthetic fibers are made from petrochemicals, so which are materials derived from petroleum. See, in previous chapter itself we learned about petroleum, right? So here synthetic fibers are also made from petrochemicals, so which is derived from the petroleum. Okay, so children, you have a small activity. So take a thread and 20 beads. Okay, so take a small thread and take 20 beads. If you have any old necklace, artificial one with the beads, okay, so take that and take a small size and string the beads. So what you have created, so it is a model of polymer. So one bead is said to be one unit. If you keep on joining 20 beads in a thread, that means it will become polymer, more than one unit. So these beads are said to be chemical substance. Okay, I want everyone to perform this activity. So children, we have types of synthetic fibers. So that I'll be discussing in the next class, because we have many types of synthetic fibers. Each and every one we will be studying individually. Like we have rayon, and their uses and properties you will be studying, and nylon. So again you have lot more types of synthetic fibers to study, and later you will get to know what are the major difference between synthetic fibers and natural fibers. Okay, so for today I want you people to know what are the drawbacks of natural fibers and what are the examples of natural fibers and what are synthetic fibers and what are the advantages of that, and also two main categories of man-made fibers. Okay, that is cellulosic fiber and non-cellulosic fiber, and also you people need to perform the activity. So I'll end up here. Okay, I'll be sending the worksheet. Do solve it and have a good day. See you all.